Deathstroke's back!
My name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years on a hellish island, I have come home with only one goal: to save my city. But to do this, I can't be the killer I once was. To honor my friend's memory, I must be someone else. I must be something else. Spoiler warning for Season 1 and 2 of Arrow. Because this is one of the best seasons I've ever watched in any show. It introduces a lot of new characters into this season, including Barry Allen, Grant Gustin plays, who obviously gets his new spin-off show, The Flash. A review is coming for that. It also introduces Nyssa Al Ghul, daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who may or may not be in Season 3. It also introduces Sarah Lance, the sister. Well, I say introduces. It introduces her in a bigger way than what we saw in Season 1. She's now the Black Canary. She's actually alive this time. We also get more focus on Roy, as he is training to become the Red Arrow, who is actually quite an interesting character. So the season starts off where Oliver is back on the island, and Felicity and Diggle have to come to the island to bring him home. This is possibly one of the stronger ideas. Obviously, his best friend had just been killed in the attack in the final episode of Season 1, and he blames himself for it because he wasn't able to stop Malcolm Merlyn. And again, John Barrowman, not in this season as much as I would have liked, but obviously he was dead as far as we knew. But obviously he does come back, and he is in Season 3. The whole plot for this season, the idea that Oliver has to conquer his demons, whether it be with Tommy or with Slade Wilson. It's really like emotional. There's more emotion to the villains this time. As I said, Deathstroke, played by Manu Bennett. We saw him sort of in the first season in the flashbacks where he was helping Oliver. But in this season, he is one of the scariest villains I've seen as well, because he doesn't show feelings. He's one of those characters who doesn't show feelings and yet makes you want to see more of him. And I guess that's a huge part on the writers, because he doesn't seem to do much, but what he does do, it leaves you wanting more. There's one thing he does, which I won't spoil in case you haven't actually seen the show. But he is one of the most menacing characters the show has ever had to date, even up to Season 4. We also see Brother Blood, who is a nice character I've seen in Teen Titans, which introduced me to Slade Wilson as well, along with Red Arrow. And his character's okay. It's weak compared to the other villain they bring on, which would be Ravenger, played by... her name escapes me at the moment. But she is... at first you think she's just a nice businesswoman, and you can kind of see a relationship form between her and Oliver, because they both are fighting for the company. And then you see what she really is, and oh my god, one of the best jokes in the season is between her and Felicity, and I think I laughed harder in that one joke than I did in most seasons in basically any episode of the first season. Talking about Felicity, her character is improved, and she's now a huge part of the show, but she was in the beginning. But now she's in every episode. You can see why. It actually shows you why Oliver doesn't go for her, considering she is the obvious choice. She's nerdy. She knows her way around computers. She helps Oliver. She doesn't mind him being the Arrow. But it shows you that he does care for her, and it's because he's the Arrow he can't be with her, even though that's all he wants. One of the stronger episodes that wasn't focusing too much on Deathstroke would have been either the Suicide Squad episodes, which had a nice little cameo from the voice of Harley Quinn, although sadly we won't get to see her thanks to the Suicide Squad film, which I don't mind too much as long as they do a good job, and the Barry Allen episodes, as I previously mentioned, just because that was our introduction to another character from the comics, but a huge character from the comics. The Flash is one of the biggest DC characters, although you might not think it when you first think about it. Because obviously when you think of DC superheroes, you think Batman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, not so much Green Arrow and the Flash. And yet this TV universe has actually made you care for these characters a lot more. Like him and Felicity, they have such good chemistry. And Grant Gustin, yeah, he's a likable dude. He's the Flash that we all want. I don't care for the film version. What else do we get to see? Ooh. We also get to see more of Oliver working with the police this time. Obviously, Captain Lance helped Oliver the last few episodes of season 1, and it shows because now he's helping fight with the vigilante, as they're still calling him, although it does turn into the Arrow, I believe, by the end of the season. Yeah. There's also, it's a lot more comic booky this season. It's not so much grounded as, so like we have more things out there. We have like this drug which can bring people back from life. We have a Solomon Grundy-ish character. I know it's meant to be Solomon Grundy, but it's the Arrow take on him. This is also the scene where the Arrow becomes less of his own character, more of a Batman-y character, because he stops killing, and which was one of the better parts of the season 1, was the fact that he wasn't a perfect superhero. But if they are going to be doing this Justice League TV universe, it's probably best that he doesn't kill, because obviously the Justice League doesn't think about killing, it's always take them to jail, unlike the Avengers, which is one of the biggest differences between both teams. But I think they handle it very well. Thea's also a great character. So you get to see her a lot more in this, and she's no longer just that drug addict character. She is now, well, she's now got a good, stable relationship, well, stable-ish relationship with Roy, but that's more down to the fact that he's working with Arrow. So this season, the season finale is one of the better scenes. It's when Deathstroke is holding both Felicity and Sarah, no, not Sarah, Laurel Lance, and Oliver, Roy, and Sarah all have to fight, and Deathstroke is just holding, almost about to kill Felicity. It's just like, I told you I would take the one thing you loved more from this world, after already killing someone huge from Oliver's circle of people he can truly trust. And after that, Oliver just says the best thing the show has probably done. He's the one he loves. Which I know is kind of a spoiler, but I did say spoiler warning at the beginning of the video. But it's not Smallville-like. You don't like, oh great, another Smallville plot. It's, you care for it, you're like, yes, that's what you want, because Felicity is such a great character. I'm probably going to have to wrap this up now. But I give the season a solid 10 out of 10 because writing improved, characters improved, villain was so much better, and well, that might be my biased opinion though, because Deathstroke is the best character there is. So like, comment let me know what you think about this season if you've seen it. If you disagree with me, tell me why. If you agree with me, great. And subscribe for more content when it comes out. Thank you for watching. This has been Cortech Reviews, and I'm Corey. Bye.